let us discuss on about overview of Catalan Studio. Now, installation of Catalan Studio and Catalan Studio overview. So, installation of Catalan Studio is very simple. You just have to go to Google and type Catalan Studio download. It will take you to catalan.com page. So, log into Catalan website. Here you can click on start free and register yourself, or else you can just click on the products and choose Catalan Studio and then click on free download. This will download the Catalan Studio tool for you. I have downloaded the Catalan Studio already. So that's about installation. So it's not a tedious task at all like for any other tool wherein you have to download lot of dependencies. In case of Selenium, just an example. So you have to download Java and Selenium as a tool and all the jar files related uh, to it, and then you should have Eclipse IDE, where you have to build your code. So there is a lot of stuff that you have to do, but here it is just simple. You just download the tool and do the installation like any other normal plugin software. That's all. So I have installed Catalan Studio, and now we'll go through the overview of Catalan Studio. So once you open Catalan Studio, this is how it will look like. You can go to File and select the new and select any project to open. So that's how you can open the project. So once you open any project, this is how it will look like. These are the folder structures, and this is a sample web application project. So you will notice these buttons over here. So these buttons are related to web application, and these buttons are related to mobile application, to automate mobile application. These icons are related to Windows application. So these are used for Windows, these are for mobile, this is for web automation. So this is how a sample web automation project looks like. There are other icons also, you can explore more in time. So here the actions button where you have some more features. So I'll explain them. We'll discuss them one after the other as we move forward. But let me explain the core structure, which is the text explorer, where we write the actual test cases which we are automating, and this is where we maintain the project or the application which we are automating in an order. And this is the keywords browser. I'll show what it is. Okay, and this side of pane is where you write the code, and this part is where you can see the logs, you can see the warning messages, error messages after the compilation. This is the console where you can see the the logs in detail. This is the log viewer. This is another place where you can see uh, all the past test cases, failed test cases, or errors, or any information. So this is related to self healing. So we'll discuss these in detail later. First, let us discuss the important uh, structure of any project. So we have profiles here. This is the place where we can maintain different profiles for different test environments. So when we talk about automating an application under test, we do testing in lot of different applications, such as a development environment or a test environment. Even in test environment also, there are different environment for different phases of testing, like system testing, integration testing, and user acceptance testing. So we can create profiles and differentiate the test environment. So for example, here I have two profiles. How you have to create the profiles is you just right click and select new execution profile, and then give a name to it, and then you'll get the profile here. So likewise, I have two profiles. So in our example, our application under test is Orange HRM page. So I have profile created for integration testing. I have a profile created for user acceptance testing. So here for integration testing, I am using this URL, and this could be my username and password, and this is the place. This is path variable. I'm going to use it somewhere in my script, and these are all specific for integration testing environment. And for UAT testing, the URL for Orange could be different, Orange HRM could be different. There I'll mention that URL and I use a username which is different to integration testing environment. So that is how I maintain different profiles for my different test environments. So the test cases are going to be same just by choosing a different profile for different test environment. I can run the same set of test cases for these environments. And how do I select the environment is from here. So here I'll just select the environment where I wanted to execute my test cases and then run the test cases. All right, so this is about profiles, and this is test cases folder. This is where I maintain my test cases. So you just have to right click on the folder, select new folder if you want to create a folder subfolder, and otherwise select new test case, and it will ask for the test case name and description. You just enter, and this is how your test cases will be created, and this is the folder. So you can maintain different folders based on your project. So that that will be a choice which is given to you. So based on your thinking, you can maintain different modules for different set of test cases, or if you wanted to maintain the test cases by release wise, you can create folders for releases, and inside the releases you can maintain the test cases for that releases. So this goes by your requirement, how you are automating it. Okay, this is how the test case will be. I'll open a sample test case. So once you open the test case, you will see the test case is opened in the IDE part over here. Here you can add the stubs, you can add the stubs in script mode. So this is where you will actually build your test case which you wanted to automate. Okay, so once you automate, you will select the profile where you want to run your test. So the test case, the same test case can be executed in multiple environments. All right, so this is what brief about the test case folder. So previously we have discussed important element for the application. Any web application is the objects or the web elements. So the tool will control the application or do actions on this application through these web elements or web objects. So object repository is a place where I'm keeping all my web elements which I am using further in my test case to automate the application. All right, the important aspect of this is, we are separating the objects from the test cases, so that when there is a change in the object in future, you don't have to go to test case and tweak the test case, and it could affect the entire code. So to avoid that, the objects are separated from the test cases so that you can change only the properties of objects and the test cases remains the same. So in that way the maintenance will be easy, and this is called page object model as well. So like in Selenium, so Catalan is also following the page object principle, where the objects are separated from the test cases for easy maintenance and better maintenance of the test cases under automation. So this is about object repository.